What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about VELO today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. I know a few of you have requested this, so that's kind of the purpose of making it right now. I do plan on getting back onto the regular requests here soon enough, guys. We're just getting adjusted still. I'm procrastinating, whatever it is. Higher lows here, looking good, looking phenomenal. You're in a nice trend, a nice established uptrend. Don't be sad. Don't be scared at all. If this line breaks, okay, you will still have higher lows. You'll probably even find support at an area that makes sense. And oftentimes with these diagonal lines, it's as soon as you break them that you find your low, right? Oftentimes, people think that this diagonal line matters, and they break them, and then it's like, oh no, I found support right here at this closing point on a week, closing point of support, closing point of resistance, area of resistance back here as well. I found support right here. It's still an overall higher low. And then also from a low to a high, I just wonder randomly if this would work. Yeah, that's right in your golden ratio zone. So you've got all these factors coming in that suggest support, but you have this one imaginary diagonal line that says, oh no, we broke the trend, we're going down. And that tends to cause the quote unquote dumb money to sell, to panic sell, makes people rethink things. And then the smart money steps in, they see the structural integrity being held, being respected, and then it just goes back up anyway. So don't be scared. While it is a nice look, don't be scared if this line breaks. I wouldn't be worried at all. In fact, I'm going to stand by it right now. I would suspect if you go below this line, that would be the most ideal buying opportunity you have before breaking out to new relative highs, would be below this line. Maybe you find support right at it, but whenever you start doing things differently, you might get different results. Like here, you came down toward the line, but you didn't hit it, and then here, that was like your actual bounce off of the line. Here, when you bounced right off the line, you bounced off it. Here, you bounced, you had a nice reaction, but if you go right back to the line like this, that would indicate that you probably break it, okay? And I would expect that you go below this low. If you break it, I wouldn't expect that you go below this low. But that doesn't mean you have to go below this low even if you break it, right? You could break this line and still see higher lows. It's very possible. So now that we've got that kind of aspect underway, and I was thinking, and I do think that you're going to continue higher. We can talk about going higher. Let's talk about going higher first, and then we'll talk about the going lower. Because I think in the immediate terms, if my suspicions serve me correctly, I think that we will go lower, personally. But you have a very nice look overall. Your weekly RSI is killer, man. It looks like honestly really good. Lower lows here in the weekly RSI, higher lows in the price. It's hidden bullish divergence, tends to mark continuation in a trend. What does continuation in an uptrend look like? It looks like higher highs and higher lows, so it's nothing to be concerned with at all. I wonder from a relative high here to the relative low there, if I can get it. Yeah, that's the low. We're at the 382. Yeah, we could go a little bit below. We're not really respecting this too much. Maybe that's the wrong fib to take. Let's take this one. Okay, a little bit more respect, sure. I still don't like it, but sure, a little bit more respect there. Maybe something that's more relative. Let's get a high to low here. Okay, you're respecting it, but you're still doing weird things. Whatever though. What? Oh, that's not the low. That's why. Okay, yeah. I would think that 1.2 cents would hold, which lines up very well with that weekly closing price. If you go lower than this, though, I think that 1.2 cents would hold. You might hold at 1.425 cents and not even see a lower low. It's very possible. You could hold here as well. We'll get into the short-term stuff. You might hold here. Maybe my premonitions or my assumptions of going lower are just off, are skewed entirely. But I'm trying to figure out where you're going to go when you go higher first. That's what I'm trying to find out, and I just can't get a good. I could do the relative fibs, but okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. When you go higher, when you see new relative highs, I have a very strong belief that you will go above 5.4 cents. I think that while, yes, that is your next fib target, the golden ratio, because you found resistance here at the 1414 and you're consolidating right here above the 100, as long as you are above the 886, which also comes in above that low there. A lot of things making sense with even if you go below this low, you're still fine. But that doesn't mean that you have to go below that low, right? Just because you'd be fine if you went below, it doesn't mean you have to, okay? You really could find support right here. I don't think you do. I think you go a little bit lower, but whether you go below this low or not, it's still unclear to me. We'll figure that out later. But whenever you're done going low and you're ready to go higher, my expectation, my interpretation would be that you do go above this line. So the next target area would be 9.5 to 12.12 cents, and I like that. I like that zone because if we look here, right, VELO, just for what it is, had a pretty steady drop off, and then here, even though it was moving down consistently, I feel like this range here from a low to this range here of a high, that's kind of like a consolidation range. It's a downward sloping consolidation range, but you can see you had this picked up pace here, you slowed down the pace in this range, and then you picked it up again to finish it off, right? So the height of this range right here comes in line right there with that next fib target at the 1886. So I like that. I like that a lot. Not so much specifically 12.12 cents, but this area right below 10 cents, psychological resistance, price action resistance, Fibonacci resistance, it makes sense to me. And you've been respecting this fib range. You definitely have been respecting this fib range all the way up. What about this high to low? Does that agree with anything there? Your 1886 is in the same exact area, so cool. Yeah, I think that by the end of March, you will be at 9.5 cents, if not higher. At least 5.4 cents, but probably 9.5 cents is it, or around 10 cents. That's my expectations. Okay, cool. So that's what I think we're going to do probably over the next 6 weeks, if I had to guess. All right, so first and foremost, looking at the daily, we're going to go down. Yeah, the daily RSI looks like it wants to go down. Now, I will say, rejecting the 50 this many times, I'm surprised it actually came down. Normally, you would rip. Sometimes in scenarios like this where the 50 isn't providing as much resistance as you would think it would, and obviously it is providing resistance, but generally, when you interact with the 50, you bounce right off of it, right? Or you go through it and then you bounce it right off it. You know what I mean? You don't. If you meander around here, the more that you meander, the more likely that you're going to go higher or lower. You know what I mean? Like if you meandered here, you found support 3 times, but it didn't get you overbought, so of course you went lower. You're meandering here, so I don't know if you go to the oversold zone, but the fact that you're below the 40 is encouraging to go lower. I would think that if today closes here and then tomorrow closes green, if you can get this to bounce off of this 40 area, the RSI, that would suggest that you are at your low. So you could do that in a few ways, right? You could close today here at this price. Whoops. You could close here today at this price, get that low to close at the 40 on the RSI. You could wick tomorrow all the way down. You could do a 21% drop tomorrow. As long as you come back up and close it green, wherever you close, doesn't matter how low you go, wherever you close, that would provide a bounce off of the 40. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying, you did that before back here, and it could happen. It might not happen. Maybe you do close lower, and maybe this RSI goes below the 40, and you bounce off the oversold zone instead, whatever. But I do think you're going lower. The RSI does, at least to me, suggest that you're going lower, especially if you close here or lower. I would think that it's very indicative that you do. This candle looks like it means business today. You are below your 382. Yeah, so where I would expect you find support just based off of this alone would be between about 1.39 cents, very close to 1.4 cents, an area that we've talked about already in this video a few times, to 1.599. Let's just say 1.6 cents to just below 1.4 cents. So 0.0139 to 0.0159. That's your target area. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. And you probably achieve that by the end of this week. I mean, you could achieve it by the end of today or tomorrow. Maybe it takes you 5 days to achieve. I don't know, but it looks like you're picking up the pace a little bit here. What's VELO looking like on a chart with some volume on it? Not Velodrome. I want something with volume. No Velos are on Binance. That's good for both of them, right? They can get listed on Binance. Let's just we'll use KuCoin. Oh, Bybit. Bybit's got more volume. So you're picking up a little bit of volume, but it's nothing too crazy, yeah. So I really don't think. Oh, let me get the 4 hour. Sorry, I didn't know it was on the. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, there. That's more of a pronounced look there. Okay, so a little bit of volume. You could go below this low, and again, if you do, it's fine. But I'm still under the assumption, because you found so much volume here and you didn't really go anywhere, you just rejected down. I think that you bleed down to these levels at about my official call to end this video. I think that the price is going to go between $0.01599 to $0.0139, somewhere in that range. If it goes lower, I very much doubt that you go below this price here at 1 cent, 0.010622. I very much doubt that you'd go below that. And in fact, if you did, we'd have to talk. We'd have to get a different game plan going on. I mean, it's very possible that you could just like have a fake out and then you rip. Anything is possible, but I wouldn't want to see you getting around this area, let alone below it at all, to confirm that everything that we're expecting for the higher prices of next month are on the table. And I very strongly do believe that you're going to see a move that does take you all the way up to about 10 cents, probably right there at about 10 cents. That's my expectation over the coming 6 weeks. If it's not by the end of March, certainly sometime in early April we would be there. But overall, we're starting this move. I would expect by the end of the month of February. By the end of the month of February, that you would be moving up, and that you'll either be around these highs or through them. to finish the month of February. That's my expectation. Yes. So in no time at all, you'll be back on top of the world. At no time at all, you'll be in price exploration. Not really, because you still have price action back here, but relatively speaking, you'll be at higher highs, new cycle highs. And I think as long as you continue this dynamic forward, VELO, you've got a very strong chance to see new all-time highs. Let's look at your market cap, and then we'll finish with cycle high, ending predictions, and all that stuff, right? Because I know you guys appreciate that. $129 million market cap right now. Let's just say 130 to keep the math easy for me, okay? $130 million market cap. With that kind of market cap, to achieve a 100x, you'd have to see a $13 billion market cap, and I'm going to say this the same way I say it all the time. $13 billion is a large number. It is not given to anybody. It's not permitted to you just because it's an attainable target, and it is an attainable target. 13 billion, while it is a large number, it is a very attainable target for the average crypto. If to get 100x, this coin would have to see an over 100, 200, 300 billion dollar market cap. We might have a different discussion. 100x would be off the table. 13 billion, again, it's not just given. Just because I'm saying it's attainable does not mean that it will happen. But if there was a coin to bet on doing a 100x, I think this coin is one to bet on doing that. It probably does, because 13 billion is attainable, right? Even 26 billion is attainable. Even 52 billion is attainable. So whenever I say that, even higher than that. So whenever I say this thing has 100x potential, that's just the bottom of the barrel. It could do a multi 100x, absolutely. By the end of this cycle. When's the end of the cycle? I hear you asking. Nobody knows. I mean, I think it'll be sometime at the end of 2025. Coming from the guy that's been saying this since 2023 began, since 2022. Since 2022, I've been saying that the end of the bull cycle will be likely in Q4 or late Q3 of 2025, with a precise prediction of October being the end of the bull cycle for Bitcoin, November being the end of the bull cycle for altcoins, maybe even bleeding into December. It's a very real possibility, and as time's gone on, I've only accepted this more, that the cycle could persist into 2026. It's possible. I don't think it's happening, but I've accepted it more as a possibility now. Certainly, all the people who've been calling for the cycle to end in March or April, they got to be getting antsy, man, because we haven't done really anything that resembles a cycle ending top right now. So I'm just saying, I don't think that the cycle's ending anywhere near it, guys. I think we got a lot of growth to do. But enough talk. Let's finish this thing up. So 100x, which is completely possible. That's what we figured out, right? 100x would take you all the way back to your all-time high. Yes, you can do that. I think that's fine. You're approved. I think you got $1.75 is definitely in the cards for this thing. Now, if you were to go higher, what's your minimum target? Where does that take you? All the way up to $15. I don't know about that one, man. You're probably not going to $15, right? A 200x, I could see. A 300x, I could see. A 400x, now we're getting a little bit, into that realm of, I could see it happening, but maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And just because I could see 300, 200, 100x happening, and now I'm starting to get iffy on the 400 and above, that doesn't mean that 100 to 300x is promised, right? You could do a 20x and that's it. You could do a 10x and that's it. I don't know, but you're going to grow to some degree. I would at least expect from here you go to 10.8 cents, or not 10.8 cents, 10 cents. Maybe you do go right up to this golden ratio. You haven't been respecting it, so I don't think you do. You'll probably find resistance just below it, but 10 cents, 11 cents by the end of March is what I'm expecting. So certainly I would think that you have more to grow with the rest of the cycle going into the end of the year, right? Maybe even the beginning of next year. I don't see you hitting this, right? I personally don't see that happening. That would put you over $100 billion market cap, and I don't accept that as a possibility for this thing. No offense, Vell. You haven't had one full bull market yet, right? Coins that get to $100 billion market caps in their first bull market are XRP and Ethereum, and that's it. There's no other coin that's done it, right? So no offense to VELO, I don't think you're the next XRP or Ethereum. I think that you have potential, and you probably outperform XRP or Ethereum on this cycle, but I don't think that you're going to see a $100 billion market cap this cycle. So nothing up here. Likely, we're going to think, a 500x might be the maximum potential is what I'm going to say. And you could go above this still, but something above $8, below $9 could be a genuine target. Hell, man, maybe even $10. Just below $100 billion. That could be. $10 is a nice psychological level of resistance. $100 billion is a nice psychological level of resistance too. You want your moon boy target. $10 is your moon boy target, but I really don't think you get there. I think that realistically, something between $7 and $2 is what you should expect. $7 to $2 for the end of the cycle for VELO. That's what I would expect. If we were to see new all-time highs. None of that's promised, of course, but even to get to your 886, which I genuinely would expect that even if you don't see new all-time highs, at a minimum, I think you would get to your 886, right? A lot of cryptos that don't see new all-time highs cycle after cycle, they stop at their 786, 886 zone. So that'd be a 45x maybe a 20 something X. So even at the low end, man, you're still killing it. So hopefully though, you really kill it and you see over 100X. I know that there's a lot of people who watch this channel who are invested in VELO. So, I hope the best for you guys. I think that it will do really well. And I think that anybody holding it, as long as you can just hold and not sell and not play the short game, I think that you will be amply rewarded. Let's end this video real quick. Hit that like button, subscribe. I want to look at this real quick just to make sure that I'm not missing anything weird. So this is the price. Yeah. What about the market cap? Okay, cool. Good. Kind of not good, actually. Let me see. I don't know what the emissions schedule is, the emissions rate for this is, but you can see here, right? Wow, you're at about 17 cents, or no, 1.7 cents now, right? This high that you had in January was below this high that you had back here in April of 2022. But if we put the market cap on, April of 2022 was here at this high. You're above that high in market cap. So your price is lower than it is, than it was in April of 2022, but your market cap is higher. How does that happen? The only way that happens is with dilution. So there's been more coins emitted, more coins created, minted, whatever you want to say. And this is diluting the supply, allowing the market cap to grow. The market cap's been in an uptrend for a while, but the price is hurting as a result. It's not ideal for speculators. It is ideal for market participants, for ecosystem participants, for the people that made this coin, for the people that, my face is so shiny, for the people that are participating in the ecosystem, it's great. But for me as a speculator, I hate to see stuff like this. I will say it's not that detrimental. And of course, over years, you're going to have some token emissions. It happens. I hate it whenever you can noticeably see it affecting the price and the market cap, but I wouldn't change any of my targets, right? If anything, what I would change is I would say the market cap has 100 to 400x potential. Even past that, the price, because of the dilution, might be affected by that to a certain degree. So maybe the price has, instead of 100 to 400x potential, maybe the price has 80x to 300x potential, something like that, right? But that's still great, right? You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about it too much. Fully diluted valuation, even at 420 million, you guys, that's still a low enough market cap where you could genuinely see 100x in this cycle. So definitely a 100x-able project. I don't know anything really about the white paper or the tokenomics. I'm not invested in it personally, but if you want to invest in this coin, I really suggest that you read the white paper. Let's see if it's even available. Sometimes you click on these things, they're not, page not found. I don't like that, but it happens sometimes, man. And they update things, right? But then CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap doesn't update things. Look, see, they got the white paper here. See, if that said page not found, then I'd be a little bit concerned. I'd probably just delete this video here, right? But let me see. If you guys want to, you can stick with me on this last part. If not, I don't blame you for leaving. But hit the like button, subscribe on your way out. Let's look and see if we can find some tokenomics, yeah? Anonymous change, strong leadership, token distribution, investing update. Oh, cool, but you can't click on that. Why can I click on everything? Oh, okay, I guess it's just probably an error on their updating part. So we'll just go to conclusion, and then we'll go here. Token distribution, investing update. This is what we want to see. This I like. Now, your market cap growing above your price, that's not nice, but if you show me what you're doing with your tokens, I at least have more reason to trust you and less reason to be curious of your trust if it's deserving, right? Listing, token allocation. So whenever it was listed, 200 million. Token allocation after token burn, 200 million. Okay, yeah. Private placement, that's a lot. You guys want to run some numbers here? Let's try and run some numbers here. Hold on. I should get a calculator, man. I should get a freaking calculator so that I don't have to do it here. It would be so much easier. That was like an aha moment. It's such an obvious thing. Let's do this real quick, just for the people who are curious. We're gonna add it all up, man. Yeah. After token burn. So this is the number that we want because they burned some tokens apparently. So that's good. That's good. They burned. I'm not aware of that. You guys probably are. But let's just add up the after token burn allocations. So that's 20,000, 200,000. That's 200 million, right? 100,000. That's 200 million. 200 million plus 1.462. You know what? I want to do this in billions. It'll make it so much quicker. Just trust me. It'll make it so much quicker. We're going to do 200 million in billions is 0.2, okay? Plus 1.462 plus 1.4629. We're doing this in billions. If it doesn't make sense, just, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm really good at math. I'm not the best at math, but just trust me. I'm sure people who are really good at math are probably like, this isn't hard math to understand, but I know that the average person You know, so sometimes mathematical concepts can be a little bit hard, but $3 billion, right? If I'm doing this in billions, I'm just going to add three. Okay, three. It should be pretty simple what I'm doing here. I don't know how pompous or arrogant that sounded. I'm not trying to be. I'm just. If you're confused, all I'm trying to say is just wait. It'll make sense. I promise. Okay, it'll make sense. And if you're not confused and you're like, this isn't confusing, how dare you insult people? I'm like, dude, there are genuinely, how dare you insult people? There are some people who genuinely have a hard time with math. I've got best friends who are smarter than me and they have a hard time with math. You know, it's, and they're still really freaking smart people. 237. 2.37 billion, 5.48355, 5.48355 billion, 3.48355, 3.48355 plus 3. Oh, well, look at that. If this equals 24, oh man, I didn't look at all the data, guys. 45. So that's not right. Right. Should be 45 billion. That's not right. We just added all the numbers up. That's not right, is it? Did I do my math wrong? Did I 0.2, that's right. 1.462, 1.4629 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2.37, 2.37 plus 5.483, 5.4348355. Yes, 3. 24, no. 24 billion, it is not. Nope. Nope, that's not right. That's not right. Nope. It's 45. 45 billion. Okay. Circulating supply is this right now. So 45 out of 45 billion tokens. It says max supply 28, 24. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Am I wrong? I must be missing something. Maybe these are tokens that they've burned. I must be doing something wrong. 6 plus 10, that's 16. 25. That's already, I mean, just using these right here, that's already more than 24. Just the billion integers here. I must not be factoring something in, or they're lying, but I don't think they're lying. I don't think someone that's showing our token distribution investing updates, I don't think that's what's happening. It says 24 billion here, and on coin market cap it says max supply is 24 billion, and they validate this stuff. So I'm missing something. The way that I do the math here is not correct. There's something that I don't understand. So that's okay. That's fine. I can be ignorant on this and still try and decipher it. So let's see. Founders 3 billion, private placement 1.4, VELO development reserve. That's nice, but that's also all of this right here. All of this, just think of that as for the team. Early backers and investors for the team. Strategic partners for the team. Community development, that could still be for the team. And reserve, okay, good. Reserve is nice. So a lot of this is not, it's not public, right? It's not like fair launched, but that's fine. It's been around for a long time, and a lot of these tokens are still locked up. It says token allocation, distribution, investing update. But where? How do we know what the? Let's see. The table above shows the distribution of VELO tokens in 2022. VELO decided to burn 6 billion tokens. These tokens are taken out of VELO deployment or development reserve. Taken out of the VELO development reserve. Okay, they're taken out of that. Community development and reserve. Thus, the total supply of tokens has been reduced from 30 billion to now 24 billion tokens. In terms of vesting, private placement vesting has no concluded. It has no concluded, my friends. Private placement vesting has not concluded. So private placement, there is still a vesting period, but when founders and early backers and advisors have 2 more years of vesting, which will see token release in 2024 and 2025. But when? So they are getting tokens released here and now, but when? And that's why that market cap. It's an attempt to be transparent, but it's not enough. I don't like this. This was genuinely a waste of time at the end here, guys. So I don't know. Hopefully someone in the comments stuck with this and you're seeing where I went wrong and you just know more information about it than I do, right? I'm not going to spend all day looking at this, but I wish that it would say when. It says in 2025, but when. You know what? Screw it. Let's do this real quick. We came this far. Let's go to Grock. Let's just ask Grock. Can you explain VELO's, I don't know, how would I pronounce it? How would I say it? Distribution, vesting periods. Yeah, I don't know. VELO cryptos vesting periods, and when these vested tokens will be unlocked. Let's see what Grock has to say. Let's see here. VELO cryptos vesting periods and token unlock schedules designed to ensure long-term initial token supply and burn. Yeah. We're all aware of that now. Vesting schedule for the founders. For example, 4 years. It could extend to 6 years. Okay, well that's cool. That's nice. It's a long time, right? That means that they have to believe in their project and stay around if it's going to be locked up. Have their vesting schedules extended by up to 2 years. Distribution, and it says select investors and advisors, probably people who are directly on the team who are on board with this, not angel investors or something like that to help them get it off the ground, right? They just want their money back, probably. I don't know though. I don't know. Maybe if they got a better deal, maybe. Distribution and unlocking. Circulating supply, 2025, 2026. The circulating supply is forecasted to reach approximately 11.04 billion VELO tokens. So 11.4 by the end of this year. Circulating supply, where is it? Why can't I? Oh, it's right here. 7. So you will dilute your market cap 7.39, let's say 7.4. 11 divided by 7.4. Right, so you will dilute it by 48%, 49%, something like that. Yeah, everything's fine. Maybe instead of this thing doing a 100 to 400x as a potential, maybe we should consider a 50x to maybe like a 200x as a potential instead, because there will be token unlocks. I don't know when, depending on how it is. That can definitely hurt price, but you're still likely going to see phenomenal stuff. See, I like this. This is what I was trying to do. I like all the percentages. Grock, I should have just gone to Grock. Why don't I use you more? Yeah. Look, strategic partners, community development, reserve, founders. I guess the reserve's not, but founders, early backers. It's all the same, right? Private placement technically is like public, right? Depending on how they do their private placement, but I would assume a lot of people can. Exchange listing a little bit right there. Mechanism investing. VELO tokens are involved in a token swap with Stellar, where VELO was exchanged for XLM. The vesting and unlocking of these tokens are managed through smart contracts, especially when transitioning or interacting between blockchains like Stellar and BSC. It doesn't say like specific dates. So all we have is by 2025/2026. So by the end of this year, we're expected to have about 11 billion tokens in circulation. If we have that, the market cap itself will be increased by about 49%. That's what that means, right? And if it's going to be, the market cap, sorry, the circulating supply would be increased by 49%, which would mean that then the market cap at the time by the end of the year, where we would expect this to be at about 100 to 400x, it would be about 50% more than that, right? So if it's at a 400x from here, that would give you a 13, 26, that'd give you a $52 billion market cap. But with all the tokens unlocked too, that would give you actually like a 77, $80 billion market cap, something like that, when all these, if you get to 11 billion. So that actually, I will say, that actually leaves the door open for a 400x still. I think I keep going back and forth, man, but I think if you keep it to 11 billion or even 12 billion by the end of the cycle, I think a 400x, I'm not saying it's promised, I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm just saying it's still possible. It's still a doable market cap that you could attain. Certainly a 100x, 200x, those are definitely still possible. So it was confusing. It took a lot. I'm sorry for the headache and all the, if you stuck by with this, if you saw me struggling, I'm hoping that was fun more than it was boring, but it was probably rather boring. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I just wanted to get a little bit more of an understanding on it, I guess, for whatever reason. It's the morning. I'm feeling good. All right, bye-bye.